Hey Dorian, what's up, man? So
Yo,
what's in
howdy.
Estonia, bro? You guys got IKEA?
No. That's Sweden.
Sweden, yeah, that makes sense. All the colors. You guys have, yeah, Bjork, right?
No, that's Iceland. Thinking about
Okay.
Iceland.
You guys have Moomin, right?
No, dude, that's what you call it, Finland.
Finland.
Helsinki and
Yeah.
whatnot. No. Those are Nordic countries. Estonia's Baltics. You ever heard of the Baltics? No. Woo.
No, I have not. So what's going on in Estonia, man? Finding a ticket directly to Estonia from Sacramento was very expensive, so I decided to land in Helsinki first and spend a couple of days here. It's hella fucking cold. Even with the cold and being by myself the whole time, I still had an awesome time in Helsinki, and I can't wait to come again at some point. Helsinki to Tallinn is a pretty short boat ride normally, but mine took almost 4.5 hours because it kept getting delayed over and over and over again. I did not get to Tallinn until like 1 in the morning, and by then Dorian had already passed out at his house, so I had to get myself a hotel. At the hotel that I booked, there was nobody at the front desk. I waited and I waited till I noticed that I had to call the number, and then someone finally came down to give me my keys. I then went up to the room and finally got some sleep in my first night in Tallinn. When I was in Finland, I thought it was a really smart idea to attempt a cold plunge, and before my skin even touched the water, I had extreme chest pain, and for the next week it felt like I caught some kind of pneumonia or something. In my hotel room, I was taking a concoction of vitamin C supplements, ginger tea to make sure that I don't get sick on this trip. The next day I finally met with Dorian and we hit the city. Tallinn has got to be one of the most beautiful cities that I have been to in Europe so far, and it being blanketed in snow was just such an unreal experience for me. Dorian is telling us there's another vantage viewpoint over there. I really don't like Dorian. I feel like he's starting to suspect I don't like him at all.
He has to sleep in my apartment. Soundproof walls.
While me and Dorian figured out our sleeping conditions, we decided to grab some food. Every single time I'm in Europe, there's always one dish I crave, one cuisine I yearn for: the Georgian egg boat pastry, khachapuri. Over this delicacy, Dorian and I discussed the potential of eating some Estonian food. Abraham, we should eat some Estonian food. But the options were pretty slim for me. I don't eat pork, and that's in about 95% of Estonian dishes, so I had to miss out on a lot. And the famous Estonian bread tasted like cardboard to me. I'm sure there are some great Estonian dishes out there that I can eat. I just didn't get any real chance to try them. But if you're Estonian, you gotta let me know. What should I eat next time I'm out here? I did though get to try one of the famous snacks. It tasted pretty good. It tasted just like something that I used to eat for breakfast in the US. It's kind of like a yogurt snack wrapped in some chocolate. A thing that Estonia did really well is double dogs. I had possibly one of the greatest double dogs outside of Germany in a hospital lobby in Estonia. Nothing happened for me to be in the hospital personally, but Dorian's friend electrified herself, and I stayed with them for a couple hours before I ventured off alone to explore Tallinn's old town. She ended up being okay, by the way. Tallinn's old town dates back to the 13th century, and this city and all of Estonia has been thrown back and forth between so many different empires throughout the years. The Danes, the Germans, the Swedes, and the Soviets, and now finally it belongs to the Estonians. There's a great Estonian music video all about it. Walking around the old town by myself was amazing. It is really such a beautiful place. The videos and pictures just don't do this place any justice. And especially being here in the winter, it was just such an unreal experience. I've never really been to a city that's had this much snow in my life. So for me, this was all new. I just wish that I researched this place a lot more before I came here because I didn't really know what to do after walking around for a couple hours. I just saw the sights, had some food, and walked around by myself. When Dorian and his friend got discharged from the hospital, we checked out one of my favorite buildings in all of Tallinn, which was the Eastern Orthodox Cathedral. look hella cool. Estonia isn't just Tallinn, and because I was here for about 2 weeks, I wanted to see as much of the country as possible. So we decided to take a 3-hour bus ride from Tallinn to Narva. Narva was a pretty interesting but eerie town. It borders the Russian border, and it was pretty weird to think I could just swim across this thing no problem. Everybody in this town was also drop dead quiet. I swear you couldn't even hear cars driving on the road. You could drop a pineapple from one side of the town, you could hear it on the other side of the town. Right in front of the border castle building thing, there's this great coffee vending machine that you have to try when you're in Estonia. This machine tasted better than most cafes we had in Estonia, and it was very reasonably priced. And after I had one in Narva, I started seeing them all over the country. And every time I spotted one, I had to have some, man. While we walked around the town, we were swarmed by a herd of ducks. There was possibly 100 ducks flying at Dorian and I, starving for some of that Estonian bread. We only spent a couple hours in Narva, but that's honestly all you need. We then hopped on another bus and we went south down to Tartu. Tallinn is the official capital of Estonia, but they also recognize seasonal capitals, and Tartu is considered the intellectual capital. All this intellectualism made them create the fantastic museum, the Science Center. I had so much fun at this museum. Even if it's meant for little kids, Dorian and I spent hours here just messing around with all the different machines and exhibits. My favorite part was this tightrope bike ride. You hop on a bike and you try to bike across the top of this building, and it was so weird. It felt like you can just fall over at any second. And everything in the museum is super interactive, and I would not miss this place if you're in Tartu. This might be the main reason to even go to Tartu if you're in Estonia. After the museum, we got some good old reliable Georgian food. One thing that has to be said for Estonia is that they do other countries' food really well. I did not have a single bad meal while I was in Estonia. Everything tasted pretty authentic. I even had really good boba in Tartu and excellent pho in Tallinn. And all the Georgian food I had in this country was also amazing. Tartu also had a bunch of great vintage stores like Humana that we spent a couple hours in. Tartu was such a great little town, and on the bus ride back to Tallinn, I was pretty disappointed that we didn't have time to check out some of the other capitals and all the islands of Estonia, but that'll be something that I do when it's not below freezing here. I couldn't leave Estonia without going to the famous saunas here. And Dorian's friend recommended me a nice cheap one on the edge of town. Because I blew through my entire budget on this trip, anything cheap sounded nice to me. So I went alone to the edge of the city in the dark to find this €8 sauna she told me about. Walking there, I low-key felt like I was in a horror movie. And when I got there, the snow and the color of the trees and everything being at night made everything feel like it was in black and white, like I was in that movie The Lighthouse. The people at the front desk were very nice, and they explained to me that the changing rooms are outside in co-ed. While I don't really care if everyone's naked together, I was more surprised to see that that was a thing than scared, I guess. And I knew the changing rooms would have no AC, but I didn't expect them to literally just be outside with a little covering on top. So here I was with a bunch of Estonians naked on the edge of town, freezing my ass off and rethinking all my choices up to this point when I finally entered the sauna. Now, because you can't record in a sauna, I'm gonna recreate it for you guys. When I entered, there was only one light at the bottom corner of the floor, and everything in there was super creepy, and it was super packed as well. And because it was nighttime outside, it added to the creepiness even more. There was only one little window that looked outside, and you just see some trees and then just the snow and the ocean. And after I finally was able to get a seat, I sat there for about 20 minutes sitting uncomfortably in silence, just surrounded by naked people. But you know what, the sauna was such an interesting experience overall, and I really like the sauna culture in Estonia. Next time I come here, I'm definitely going to pay a lot more money so that I can have a nice heated dressing room. I really enjoyed my time in Estonia, and I hope I get to come back here in the summer so I can explore Pärnu and all those little islands off the coast of the country. And even though it was freezing the whole time I was there, it was so beautiful, dude. I've never really been somewhere that had that kind of weather in the city. Like, I've been to, obviously the snow, I'm near Lake Tahoe, but I've never been somewhere like this, and I really had to adjust how I walk. Like, while I was walking around Estonia, I think I fell 3 different times. Just walking, I was on the ice and I slipped and I fell. Like, one time we were walking from the grocery store over to Dorian's house, and I was holding the eggs and I fell and they fucking exploded everywhere. But you know what, after a couple days of adjusting to it, I ended up sliding around on the ice everywhere. And sliding around on the ice, I know I look like a little kid. Slide on the ice is like the most fun thing ever, dude. I love it. The only thing that kind of sucked towards the end of the trip is my flights kept getting delayed, which was kind of annoying because of the whole weather and everything. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man, I don't know what you guys have against me in Northern Europe, but they stopped me at every single airport. They stopped me in Tallinn, They stopped me in Helsinki, and then they stopped me. I had to go to Prague for a couple of days. They stopped me there too. So I don't know if it's my texture or what it is you guys don't like, but that was kind of annoying. But anyways, if you're Estonian, let me know. Like next time I'm there, which will be pretty soon, what should I try? What are the foods that I missed? What are the activities that I should do? This is a pretty last second trip because I just came here to see my friend. But let me know next time I'm there. Like I really want to do the cool stuff. I want to do what is the Estonian thing. Let me know what food did I miss. I know I didn't like the bread. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The bread tasted pretty gross to me. I am Moroccan. I love my bread. I love bread, but the bread in Estonia just didn't do it for me. Maybe I just had a couple bad spots. You know, I'm willing to give it another chance, but for now, Estonian bread is right at the bottom. But let me know what other foods I should try in Estonia. I'm really excited to return, and I'm really excited to try some real authentic Estonian food. Thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.